I can't think. I can't think. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I can't. What am I supposed to do?
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Bill. How the fuck are you guys going? Hope you're going fucking fantastic. God, there were a lot of fucks just in that first fucking fuck. Jesus. Yeah, so tonight we are going to watch a video of Katie's from Without a Crystal Ball. The channel, it's still up. The channel is still up. This video is still up on her channel. Yeah, and it's from April 29, 2021. She talks about her son. Hey Goose, how you going? Hey TK. Gosh, I'm just trying to breathe, get myself centered. I just need to state that everything I say is my opinion, like always. Check the description below. That's where you'll find the timestamps and all the links to the video we watch. Well, there's only one link to the video we're going to watch, but there's other description stuff in there. And, everything that I forget to say, I say down there, and you might want to head down there. But, yeah, if you head down there, do you know where I'm saying? Do you know where down there is? No, I'm not saying down under. That's where I live. But, yeah, down in the description box, if you just do a little scroll, find the Cactus, and that will give you the link to join the channel, become a Cacti contributor. You get a Cacti badge next to your name, and you get extra stuff and member shout outs. And yeah, tonight, listen up. Yep, that is the name. Listen up. It always is confusing when I say it, but thank you so much for being a Cacti contributor. I really do appreciate it. You've been around for forever. Well, we've all been around since the beginning, but you've been there from the beginning. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, let's get into this video. Also, I posted on my community tab just seriously like 20 minutes ago or something. Because I saw the Chris Lee stuff, and I've been reading along. Like I've been reading. That's my little bedtime reading stuff. His court filings and that. But I said, yeah, if we, fuck, I'm not even making sense. Breathe. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I'm not always like this. I'm trying to get my shit together in the last few weeks. I've been letting stuff in my real life interfere with being consistent on this channel, and that's like something I just really want to get like in a rhythm and have this under control so that my outside life outside my door doesn't affect this. And yes, okay, so now I'm just going to breathe. Oh, hey E, hey Venda, hey Alberta. Okay, guys, let's just bring her in. Oh, should I give some background, actually? Because it's from April 29, 2021. And so what happened back then? Katie went to, well, for 3 days, she was on social media, Instagram and Twitter, talking about her son's symptoms and saying how he just had a headache, he was vomiting, couldn't keep him hydrated. And it went on for 3 days. And I remember I did a video on this, so I'll have to find it and I'll link it below. But parents, like, because V has hydrocephalus, which is the buildup of cerebral fluid in his brain, and then so he has a shunt in there, and then the shunt is so that releases the pressure and drains the fluid into his gut, so then it's digested out of his system. But parents of kids that have hydrocephalus, from my research, I have found that they are taught, like the doctors make them go home with a big, like with all this information on what you should be looking out for the symptoms of shunt malfunction, because it's so important to get them straight to the hospital. And so for 3 days, Katie described these symptoms. And rather than get offline and take her son to the hospital, she was online fighting with Gabbie Hanna about, trying to tell Gabbie Hanna that she doesn't have ADHD. So there's actually a Reddit thread on that, so we can go there afterwards. But yeah, I'll just bring it up. Also, this video is like, why the hell? When she just slumps down into the seat, and it's why she has neck problems. I wish she would get a different drinking chair. Maybe we should start a GoFundMe. Buy her a proper one for her neck. I feel sorry for her neck. Oh, fuck. Yes, obviously I didn't set it up. Here we go. Oh. If only it all went. No, what's going on?
We've had some not great nurses.
Yeah, so in this stream, she goes through...
But in general, more
Stop!
hydrocephalus.
Sorry, it played by itself. Goes through getting back from... But
I haven't been on the...
The luggage is in the background. So she's just come home, put the luggage in the on the table on the floor, put her son maybe in bed, and then boom, got to stream about it. Oh, I might write this down, because I've also came across an article recently that reminds me of what she packs in her bag. Do you know they actually pack a blow up bed, double bed for her and Toad? With sheets and stuff, because when you're parents of a medically fragile child and you want to stay overnight, no, hospital bed is not good enough for these two. Okay, shut up, Bill. Let's get on with it. We're just going to press play and go from there.
This channel in 2 days. It's been 2 days. And I was going to just hop on and say hello. I have not forgotten about you. It has been the wildest few days of my life. Extremely exhausted. And I have all kinds of tea, all kinds of things, all kinds of peoples to say hi to. And I just was like, I just got home. So all day long, we were at the hospital today. And yeah, it was a long day. So if you are a working mother or a working father, pulling double duty, having a sick kid, and then trying to find ways to fit your life in, I just want you to know I see you and I feel you. My little boy is doing a lot better. Well, he should be, let's just say. We figured out what the problem was, but it took a while to figure it out. So long story short, we're doing better. It wasn't actually a migraine, but we never know because he has complex health. So welcome everyone. My son is going to be better, I think. They did a lot of tests today. We did 2 x-rays because the first x-ray wasn't clear. So then they did another x-ray. They did a CT scan. They did some medications, which didn't work. They had to, 2 separate hospitals had to coordinate. So we were there for a really long time because his neurology and neurosurgeons don't have their own ER. And so we have to go to another hospital's ER for them. And then they all have to coordinate on the phone, and it just takes forever. But thankfully, we didn't have to be admitted. I was super worried that we were going to have to be admitted. And I honestly, just to show you, I had my bags packed. I'll show you. I had my bags packed because we rarely go to the hospital and not get admitted. So thankfully, they didn't have to admit him today. It was a nice surprise. It does not happen very much. So anyways, if any of you guys have children or friends or families that have hydrocephalus, like thankfully they didn't have to admit him today. It was a nice surprise. It does not happen very much. So anyways, if any of you guys have children or friends or families that have hydrocephalus, like it's a very rough.
Does she say it wrong? I'm pretty sure she says it wrong. She says every damn word wrong. Did she say hydrocephalus or something? Is it hydrocephalus? Or maybe I'm saying it wrong. Well, maybe, but I was going to say, yeah, this is what you would tell your family and friends. Like you would get home from the hospital, you'd get on the phone to your family and your friends and you'd update them on your son's condition, what happened at the hospital. And this is just proof that Katie doesn't have that. And she's always treated people on live as her best mates. All this information, it's just fuck. Poor V, he can hear because the walls are paper thin like the Bible. It's just fucked.
Road. It's not an easy life. It is complicated. Shunts are amazing, but they also can not work sometimes. And that's what was happening with my son's shunt. So it was like somehow the setting completely changed. We don't know how. The shunt is like this tiny little bump that sits on the top of your head, and it helps your cerebral spinal fluid like sift through your body or move from your body to your spine. And when you have too much water on the brain and it's not properly absorbing all of that, you have to put a shunt in. Otherwise, if you get too high of pressure in your brain, it can actually cause really bad problems.
Yes, Katie, what problems? Should I say? I've said it a lot. Oh, I can't say it. Look at me and my morals and my mouth fighting. But also she referred to it as water when you've got water on the brain. My gosh, Katie, terms, you can't interchange fluid with water when you're talking about hydrocephalus. Shit, bitch.
And it can lead to brain damage and death. So it helps keep people alive and it helps people's pressure in their brain stay stable. And they can get clogged. The programming settings can change without any warning. And that's what happened for us. Like we have no idea how this happened, but somehow his shunt program, which sits on the top of his head by a magnet, it changed settings and it went in between two settings. So there's only like 5 total settings and it went in between 2 of the settings. And when it goes in between and it doesn't actually land on the setting, basically the valve is wide open. And when the valve is wide open, it means that the fluid is just flowing out no matter what you're doing. And so like it's just constantly flowing out, meaning your brain gets rid of way more water than it should have.
No, I know this because I have researched it, Katie. My gosh, I can't believe I know more than you. When the shunt fails to work, there's no way that the fluid can be drained. So it continually builds up. That's what causes the confusion, the headaches, the vomiting. What the fuck? I can't believe that you haven't even researched it. And just the way you're delivering this, you're smiling as if you're like, oh, they got to believe this because I'm a mum. What you're saying is bullshit. It's not even factual. What the fuck, Leaf? But, my God. Also, yeah, this is what I was going to say. The shunt can malfunction. One of the reasons is an iPad. Oh, children with hydrocephalus with a shunt like V has, we'll have to go there after the video. We'll go look it up. But yeah, there's so many studies out there, articles that say it causes malfunction in shunts. And what this child is on their iPad 18 out of 24 hours a day, just like mother. And because Katie's the biggest teacher of what goes on in the Paulson house. Better be distracted from life rather than deal with reality. Right, Katie? So how you fucking survive. But yeah. She's shitting me. We're already 20 minutes in. I'll try to shut up.
So his brain was like really dehydrated and they had to come in and change the setting and put it at the right setting, and it'll take a while for all of that fluid to actually replenish. Typically microwaves wouldn't cause them to actually reset. It's not a microwave, it's magnets, but they have to be pretty strong magnets for them to be reset. But yes, microwaves, not so much. Replenish. Typically microwaves wouldn't cause them to actually reset. It's not a microwave, it's magnets, but they have to be pretty strong magnets for them to be reset. But yes, microwaves, not so much. Magnets typically. But typically, we think it could be from his iPad, but we don't know. It's really rare that that would happen. And obviously, we don't know how it happened. So his valve was wide open and he was having serious headaches. So they were able to get it fixed, thankfully. So yeah, we just got home. I'm really tired. I haven't put anything out on the channel in forever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, so much happened the last few days. Oh, Kevin, thank you. Oh, my eyebrows are on fleek. Your patience is admirable. You guys are great parents. There isn't a manual that tells parents what to do in every situation, so that you're okay. Thank you, sweetheart. I actually did my makeup today standing up. And this is a funny story. Like normally I'm sitting down when I do my makeup, and I found it easier to do my eyebrows when I was standing up because I was like looking at level. And sometimes I feel like when I'm sitting down, I can make them flatter, but when you're standing up, you can actually see the angle better. So I think my tip.
What? What the hell? What does she mean? Where's the mirror? Like, is she doing it in the bathroom and leaning over the sink to get the proper angle? What is she? What, Katie? Oh my gosh. And she's like, I'm so tired and I just got back from the hospital. Yeah, no one is forcing you to get on here and go live. You're not even confident in what you're saying because you don't know exactly what you're saying. Look at that finger. It's just, positioned so well.
For the future is to do your eyebrows while you're standing up. So anyways, long story short, it was quite a busy day. And my husband was an amazing daddy. Scanners on registers. Wow. You're getting a thread lift. Kevin's always doing something with his plastic surgery. So anyways, last few days, I haven't been really online. I've been trying to I've been online doing stuff on like Instagram and just like Twitter and watching just random drama happening on YouTube. For some reason, I get really sucked into YouTube drama, even though I don't really cover it on my channel, but I always am like watching all the drama that's happening on YouTube. So that was keeping me entertained while we were at the hospital today. But Ginger, I'm going to get Ginger and Jeremy's book tomorrow. The sad thing is that I was supposed to they had this like live stream tonight, but I couldn't be in it because we were at the hospital. So I missed my meet and greet with Jeremy and Ginger, although I'm sure I wouldn't have really met them.
Oh my God. I wasn't really online for 2 days, but I was because I was on Twitter and I was watching all this YouTube drama, but it's not really what I do because I don't usually watch that flick of the old ego. The hair goes up. Katie, what is your priority here? We know your priority is to deliver the tea from the hospital. When you were arguing with Gabbie Hanna in the hospital over Twitter, trying to tell her that she doesn't have ADHD because you do and you know so much because you have memorized the Wikipedia page of symptoms of ADHD. Yeah, while you're doing that, little photos here and there of your foot next to the bed just to prove that you're in the hospital. Why not take a little selfie with your mask on? Hey, that's my new profile picture. Look at me, guys. I'm in the hospital. Let me show you that my son is also here. He's sleeping. What the fuck? Be a mum and put the fucking phone away. Oh my gosh. Maybe you should research hydrocephalus. Use the pronunciation thing on Google as well. And then also, then you might be able to, come across more a concerned mum because you'll know what you're talking about. Whereas, my gosh, the gossip, the tea, the eyebrows, way more important than anything.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Heather. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time making this like staple. So long story short, you never really know what's going on. I saw they were on live talking to Jessa. I'm supposed to get a copy of the ebook tomorrow. YouTube drama is kind of like watching a train wreck. Currently been like watching Gabbie Hanna fight with literally everyone. And I was like getting a little bit irritated because she's like acting like she's the authority on ADHD right now because she's just been diagnosed. I saw they were on live talking to Jessa. I'm supposed to get a copy of the ebook tomorrow. YouTube drama is kind of like watching a train wreck. Currently been like watching Gabbie Hanna fight with literally everyone. And I was like getting a little bit irritated because she's like acting like she's the authority on ADHD right now because she's just been diagnosed or something and she's just going through treatment and she's been like on Twitter making all these blanket statements about ADHD, like every person with ADHD is the exact same as her, which just isn't true. And so for a couple days, I'll like read her things and I'll be like, I'm sorry, isn't true. And so for a couple days, I'll like read her things and I'll be like,
I'm sorry I keep interrupting, but was that her? Was that her like digesting water? I thought it was me because I'm like drinking, but I had to go back.
like, I'm sorry. It is kind of like high school because I don't really know why they're fighting about anything. I don't understand like why they're fighting about everything, which I don't know why she's like on her Twitter like right, symptoms of ADHD vary from person to person and like some people that have ADHD have different symptoms or they have more severe symptoms and some people have like a milder form of ADHD, some people have more moderate, some have like debilitating severe ADHD. Yeah, and like some people have anxiety with it, some people don't have anxiety with it, some people are hyperactive, some people are just inattentive, some people have both. Some people have paranoia with it, some people don't. Some people have intrusive thoughts with it, some people don't. It's just so varied from person to person. Some people have
That's because ADHD is not a standalone diagnosis. Often there are other disorders or illnesses that accompany, my gosh, I can't even say it, that like, you know, so for me, for example, well, I have like so much, but I have like depression and anxiety and like that's like genetic. I've had it like since I was born. So I've always kind of had like ADHD as well because I was born prem. But whoa, what's this? Oh, look what's in the chat, guys. Should we click it? Click it. Sorry, there's like things for how do I do that? Are there any mods in the chat? Probably not. Hang on, just let me find my phone. I'm not organized. They got through. They got through my no wall. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Just taking a little minute. Like by the time this What was I talking about? Now I've thrown myself off. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm trying to use my brain and do this. Okay. Look at me doing stuff that's, I should have a tool. I wish I had a tool and a badge. YouTube, are you listening? Look at me. I don't know whether to report them or remove them. Removed some and reported some. Okay, back to it. Putting my tool down, resuming as the voice. This is Big Brother. No, okay, so I forgot what I was talking about, so we're just going to go back to her. This one, intelligence. Oh, what was I saying? Yes, it's all coming back. Other, like ADHD, it's not like standalone. But, yeah. So if Katie did have it, though, like, she would be calm. If she took her meds properly, she would be calm. Not jittery, not fucking scattered, not... Well, that alcohol's not helping. I bet Gabbie Hanna's not sitting there sloshed every night on IG, telling everyone that her doctor said it's okay for her to drink. Mrs. I am the authority. Oh, you're not as cool as Cartman, though.
A lot of like, they'll get like explosive or they get really angry. Other people don't. Like, I don't have that. My husband can get like, or my son actually can get kind of like angry really fast, but I don't get like that at all. Like, I've always been very even keeled. I don't get very like emotional about really anything. So it's just every single person that gets diagnosed could have like so many other things that are contributing to it that it's just not the same for every single person. But I just get frustrated because I'll like read her stuff and then she's got all these people that watch her and she's talking about all of this. And I'm like, oh, you just got diagnosed. Like, give it some time. It's not much, but I know I appreciate all you. Oh, thank you, honey. You're so cute. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat. Azucena, you're so sweet. Yeah. So ADHD is just a mess. I have it. My husband has it. My son has it. All three of us have completely different symptoms. All three of us act completely different. All three of us have things that are like more effective than others. Like, I have anxiety. That's a byproduct. And my husband doesn't have anxiety like at all.
A byproduct? Most of your anxiety, Katie, FYI, would be coming from your alcohol consumption. You are, you know, the ADHD meds are a stimulant. Alcohol is a depressant. Both of them are like, you know, altering the central nervous system. You're just fucking up your whole... Yeah, no wonder. You're nervous fucking wreck all the time. Nothing's calm with you. You're not even... I don't think you even want to try and get better. You just love it that you're all over the place and you're able to use that as an excuse.
I have not noticed anything with my blood sugar. But she was saying that like all like the main factors of diagnosing ADHD were like mood, like having like moodiness or irregular moods or like mood changes. I can't remember what her actual vocabulary was. And I'm like, that's not actually a diagnostic of ADHD. Diagnostics that they look for are inattentiveness, hyper activity, and impulsivity. But she said like moodiness or something like that. And I was like, it's not a mood disorder.
It does help with moods. It helps with depression, like the ADHD medication. Because once you're able to focus, you're able to regulate your emotions a bit more clearer. Like everything becomes a bit more clearer because you're more aware, you're more present. Whereas when you don't have your meds and your whole head is all like for me, when I'm on my meds, everything's like filed and organized. And then without it, it's like the messy room. It can't. But when things are messy, I can find it. But anyway, that's off the point. Gosh, she's so annoying because it's just Wikipedia shit. Like, see how there's no her story and it's always generalized of what other, like, it's not believable, in my opinion.
And then she said that all people with ADHD have like rejection sensitivity dysphoria, which isn't even a diagnosis. It's not even recognized by DSM-5 as like a classification for a diagnosis. Basically, some people that have ADHD apparently can struggle with being rejected and they feel like really hypersensitive to rejection, but that doesn't mean like every person with ADHD is like that.
It's a fucking majority. Katie, you have that, but yours is also linked, in my opinion, to depression, because I remember, I see myself in you. Like, I see, only the dark depressive days that I went through, looking in your eyes and there's nothing there kind of depression, and like taking everything that everyone says as a personal attack. Like, I used to be in that dark hole. So in a way, see how that, like, it's not just ADHD. Gosh, look at her trying to think. Now, what was in that paragraph?
Not even like something that if you go to the doctor, they would even tell you about. Not even a therapist would even tell you about. Like, the only thing that I could find about that was like from a magazine on ADHD. So I never had that. I don't know. So I don't know. I think what she's doing is taking her experience with ADHD and then like saying that this is what all people with ADHD have, but whatever. Anyways, don't try to correct her or point out that she's wrong, or she'll like quote tweet you. She like quote tweeted me. She's been misgendering Trisha Paytas by the way. Trisha Paytas is going by like their pronouns are they, them now. So Trisha is they, them. That's their preferred pronouns. And Gabbie can't stop misgendering and calling Trisha she over and over and over again. And people keep like telling her like it's they, them. And she just keeps doing it, ignoring it. So I don't really know what's going on there. I don't know why I ended up in that rabbit hole. I don't know why it even interests me, because it's so high school and it's so stupid. So long story, yeah, nobody with ADHD is the same. Like, there's things that are similar and it can affect your executive functioning, but it doesn't affect everyone the same.
So, oh my God, stop stroking your fucking ego, which in my opinion is her hair. Little flicking it up, so confident in everything she's saying about ADHD because she knows everything there is to know. Katie, calling Gabbie out on shit that you do? My gosh. Where is the mirror when you need it? On the carousel from hell. I just found the tweets. I don't know. Should we go to there? Should we take a break from this and go look at the tweets of her talking about ADHD with Gabbie Hanna from 2021? I don't know, chat. You can let me know and we can continue watching until you make the decision. If you don't, we will just continue watching. Okay, sorry to cut in.
And then if you have other things that are going on in your life, yeah, hypersensitivity can be a part of it, but it isn't like my husband isn't hypersensitive, you know? This is from 3130. It is. They, them is non-binary. It means you don't, I think non-binary means you don't identify as one specific gender or you're gender fluid. So rather than identifying as female or male, you're just more ambiguous, like they, them. Because I know with Trisha, she talks about how there are times where she feels, or they feel more male, and there are times when they feel more female. So for Trisha, that's what makes sense to them. And it takes some time to get pronouns correct when.
Exactly, Katie. So cut Gabbie some fucking slack, because look what just happened with you. oh, Gabbie couldn't get it right, couldn't call Trisha they or them. And then you just called her she. And rather than, you know, being angry at someone for mispronouncing the gender, be nice and just correct them. People need to learn. If you just yell at them, people are never going to learn. You need to be able to pass information on, Katie. You'll never do that. You love belittling people because you get off on that. Because you are the queen of all information. Not. Okay? There's an emphasis on not.
Initially, you find out the preferred pronouns, but making a concerted effort to use the appropriate pronouns of that person is just the right thing to do. Non-binary is, Scarlett says, non-binary is male and female, doesn't fit with me. Okay. Got it. Well, good on Trisha. I was actually watching their video, and they're doing a ton of therapy right now. Super proud of Trisha right now. For to use the appropriate pronouns of that person is just the right thing to do.
Yeah, just in case you don't know, Scarlett, Katie's mod is transgender. So she corrects Katie and needs a drink to wash down being corrected.
Non-binary is, Scarlett says, non-binary is male and female, doesn't fit with me. Okay. Got it. Well, good on Trisha. I was actually watching their video, and they're doing a ton of therapy right now. Super proud of Trisha right now. So I was, over the last few days, digging into Seeking Sister Wives. I wasn't sure if you guys wanted some more about that because there's definitely some drama going on right now with the Snowdens. So if you watch Seeking Sister Wives, it's actually on TLC. And it's not like Sister Wives, the TV show. It's like completely different because there are different people and some of them don't even have anything connected to religion at all. And they just do this for like their thing. And there's like, they don't have rules. It's just very willy-nilly. And the Snowdens, have like a restraining order. The Snowden's restraining order was thrown out. I did not hear that. I know that the one, is it the 28th today? I don't even know. There was something going down with the Snowdens. Apparently, Christy Lee actually took out a restraining order against them. Yeah, they are out there. But a lot of their like exes say that see, this is my problem is I don't even know what day it is. I haven't been asleep for 2 days.
Then why go on a live? And I'm very uncomfortable with your arm up like that. I'm almost like, should I just fast forward? Yes.
That's okay. With going to have Ginger's book. I've got some stuff to talk about from that. And yeah, it's been exhausting a few days. Woke up this morning and it was like he still couldn't open his eyes. So we were like, okay, something is really wrong here. We literally need to go to the doctor. And so we called his. I got him to not puke as much, but then progressively worse and worse. And then Tuesday night, like puking everywhere, headaches, just pain everywhere. So much pain. He was in so much pain. I finally was able to get him settled down and sleeping. And then it just got progressively worse and worse. And then Tuesday night, I got him to not puke as much, but then we woke up this morning and it was like.
Why the fuck wouldn't you take him to the hospital if you are making an observation that it's getting progressively worse? Holy shit. She said on Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, 3 nights. 3 nights of him being in pain. Oh my God. This thing that's back again. Sorry. Shit, man, she's so evil.
He still couldn't open his eyes. So we were like, okay, something is really wrong here. We literally need to go to the doctor. And so we called his neurologist and neurosurgeon this morning, and they coordinated everything. And big ups to and big hats off to the amazing teams that we have, because they worked so well together from 2 separate hospitals to get all of this done so that we could stay out of the adult hospital. We were able to go to a children's hospital that doesn't have COVID. So it was just like way less stressful in that respect. Yeah, it's hard having a sick little one. And all he wants, does anyone else have a kid and when they're sick, they only want you, Mom? I think, he was, after they reprogrammed his shunt and he got some medication, he was like actually like looking at his iPad and interested in his iPad. So we just have to get him hydrated. Like, he was so dehydrated. He got an IV this afternoon, so that was good.
It's weird that she even questioned that it could be the iPad, even though there's studies out there. She can't live in her oblivious world for long, but puts him straight back on the iPad in hospital. My gosh, his brain can't even rest. He's that addicted that as soon as he's, not feeling sick anymore, give me my iPad. That is sad, man. That's sad. And she has no issue with it. No problem. He's happy. Fuck.
Sorry to interrupt, but how much food did you put in this pump?
I did like 8 ounces of water and 8 ounces of, or whatever that Cape Farms is.
Oh, okay. And then
I need to
so-
reset. Yeah, I'll have to reset the volume so that it goes. I want it to like run all night.
okay, so it's not going to beep anytime soon.
No,
Okay.
sorry.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was 2 alcoholics trying to figure out how much they've put in, like how much they've fed their child in the feeding tube. 8 ounces of water mixed with 8 ounces of Cape Farms, which, fuck, you know what? Oh my God, I looked up that real food blends, like I made a tube feeding video where I showed where Katie like goes through what she feeds him, and she takes him off Peptium Junior with all the vitamins that a child needs to grow, and puts him on this real food blends. And yeah, I just looked it up the other night. Should have looked it up when I did the video. Oh my God, it says real food blends is not a complete nutritional meal and needs to be used in conjunction with Peptium Junior if it's a child. And it's fucking evident. Oh God, you can see when she starts feeding him these real food blends, he just goes downhill. But anyway, fuck, we got to get back to this. Look at you smiling. You're so happy. Look at me. I fed my child, guys. I fed my child. But you didn't buy anything. You got the water from the tap, and then you got the food that the government, like, you get to, yeah, far out. Mother of the fucking year.
We're talking about feeding tubes. So, because he has to get fed. My son gets toys from daddy from when we have surgery too. That's funny. That was a cute comment. Talia says, actually, since Mom was with me during shunt surgery as a kid, I would wake up and ask daddy, and he would buy me a toy every time. Yes, Ariel says, yes, my kids cling to me like glue. Leah says, yes. Maria says, yes. Yes, getting hydrated. Cleo, he has a lot of diagnoses. I'm a single mom and I only have one 16-and-a-half-year-old son. He has type 1 diabetes. He won't let his dad come visit him when he's sick. Type 1 diabetes. Blood sugar is so stressful. We have to test our blood sugar because my son is naturally hypoglycemic. So we have to monitor his blood sugars constantly when he's sick. He does have a feeding tube, but it's a good thing, not a bad thing. He doesn't take very much by mouth. He can eat some things, but not a lot.
While you're giving birth to yourself, Katie, what he eats by mouth, he should be able to eat. Like, she should be weaning him off the feeding tube. It fucking kills me that he has been tube fed like for over 6 years. Most children aren't on it for that long. He doesn't have a paralyzed digestive system like she tries to say. She's just happy that it pisses me off. I can't even talk because I'm that angry. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Who for you? It's always about you, Katie. It's not good for your child. He's missing out on the pleasures of life, being able to eat, although his pleasure food that he eats, Cheetos. Wouldn't you fucking choke on that if you can't produce saliva to swallow to break down the food, which is what she's going on about? God, man. The amount of, well, let's carry on.
Ugh. Courtney says, I'm a 2B neuro special needs mama. My son has a rare disorder called pecan. Oh. Neuro mom, but not a lot. Ugh. Courtney says, I'm a 2B neuro special needs mama. My son has a rare disorder called pecan. Oh. Neuro mamas. When you're in a neuro unit and you're around other moms that have kids with shunts and like, because if you're in a neuro unit, we go to a special hospital for it. Like moms of kids that have shunts, they like all are like, they get each other. It's like moms that have kids that have heart problems. It's the same thing. Like you all just like, you're like connected somehow because your kids are struggling and you go through the same struggles, and not the same, but obviously. He was a preemie. Yep. No, my husband and I aren't separated. No. Not separated. He was born at 35 weeks. He has so many diagnoses, it'd be like too much to even talk about right now. He has it all stems from his brain.
It's just weird that you would yawn then and there.
She was born at 5.5 months. Wow, that's early. Your daughter and you have absolute epilepsy. We know our way around a neuro floor. Okay, but seriously, aren't neuro nurses the best? I love our neuro nurses. They are literally the best. They're the best. The kids have to have.
They're not yours. Like our neuro nurses.
Have brain surgery. They have to have, like a lot of the kids when we're on the unit, they have wires coming out of their brains because they're either doing like EEGs or they have like wires coming out of the brain, testing their like pressures in their heads. And so the nurses have to like keep them occupied, and they're just so sweet. They go above and beyond for the kids, and it's amazing, especially at the hospital we go to. They'll play with the kids. They get on the floor with the kids. It's like, man, the nurses on the neuro unit that we go to are amazing. And I will say, like when he had heart surgery, our cardiac intensive care, like nurses, they were phenomenal. They are saints. Tonight we had an amazing ER nurse, so or an ED nurse. Nurses in general are just awesome. Hyperhidrosis. I've never heard of that. I'm not a single mom. I was reading somebody's comment that said she was a single mom of someone that has a 16-and-a-half-year-old. Teacher April said, I'm a single mom. I have one 16-and-a-half-year-old son. He has type 1 diabetes. I was reading April's comment. And then teacher April says, my bestie is a neuro nurse and she's amazing. Oh yes, we have great endocrine nurses too. Let's just say that all nurses are amazing. They are.
They are everything that you could never be, Katie. And I bet while I was sitting on the floor playing with your child, you were taking photos. Like every time your child is playing on the floor in your living room, you're just sitting on your drinking chair taking photos. There's no interaction between you. Yeah. Maybe. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm just going to skip forward because I've got to that point where I need to move this along. Should I just move up? Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Are damage to my and stress, but I don't know. It is a very stressful time to be a nurse. I'm convinced that last year when I got really sick, my son and I had COVID, and it was after then that I started losing all my hair, which I thought was from damage to my and stress, but I don't know.
Just like Katie has multiple stories for everything, her hair has multiple stories about how it broke off. It broke off because your fucking hairdresser, Nikki, should never have bleached fine hair. She did it because you will pay so much money to look gorgeous. And as long as Nikki tells you that you look gorgeous and to make you look even better, you should buy this wave heater curler thing. Boom, $300. Thanks, Mrs. Paulson. Have a great day. Fuck. Then it started falling out. Or was it the drama from YouTube? Was it just breaking because you did a lot of twiddling because you were stressed? Or did you have COVID? If your son had COVID in January of whatever, 2021, what you're trying to spin here? No fucking allergies.
Oh, all of the time. And I was like, gosh, the guy was so drunk. He was like screaming and yelling and he like didn't have his shirt on. And I'm like, oh, these poor nurses that have to deal with this. Yes, thank you to all of the nurses. I would guess psychiatric nurses too. That would be a challenging one as well. Oh, her brother has spina bifida and hydrocephalus, and one of his shunts failed after 30 years. Yes. Wow. Well, I'm glad he's feeling better now. Oh, that's sweet. Some ER nurses made Allison's 18th birthday night amazing and gave her gifts. That's cute. Or different things like muscular dystrophy, various neurological disorders where they can't move, and like the moving the kids is as they get larger, it gets so hard for them. Your best friend is a psych nurse and she's had a broken arm and nose broken multiple times.
Wow, it's just nurse discussion. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to tune out. I don't know if I should just continue with my torture, and I might get up and have a drink and then I'll come back and see if she's still talking about nurses. Oh my God, man. Also, does she know that her son will have to continually have to change the shunt the more he, like, as he grows, because his skull is going to grow as he, you know, into adulthood? Did that person just say that theirs didn't malfunction? It might have been adult. Okay, I'm definitely tuning out because my eyes are just staring at the front door of her house.
She is a saint. Wow. Hats off to her. Your mom was punched and hit by patients. She was a retired psych nurse. Yeah, that must be hard. That's got to be hard. Wow, the psych nurse is getting so beat up. Our cat is like in my medicine container, and my husband's going to save the medicine from him so that he doesn't get any right now.
I'm save him from himself.
So anyways, I am going to, wow, the psych nurse is getting so beat up. Our cat is like in my medicine container, and my husband's going to save the medicine from him so that he doesn't get any right now.
I'm save him from himself.
So anyways, I am going to get going. Thank you guys for giving me a space to just chat with you and say hello. I've missed you. I hope you guys have a good night. do me a favor and give me some thumbs up before you go. And thank you guys for those of you that gave super chats. That was so sweet of you. I'm hoping tomorrow I can get back to regularly scheduled programming and hoping my kiddo feels better. A space to just chat with you and say hello. I've missed you.
I just want to see what he was carrying his guitar like a newborn baby. Was it his guitar or his cat? Plus, when he walked past Katie, it was like thump, thump, thump. They're just fucking like cavemen and they're just so fucked. This is their house. The cat's all over the fucking bench getting into like the medicine that Katie didn't put away because she's too short. She can't reach the cabinet.
I hope you guys have a good night. Do me a favor and give me some thumbs up before you go. And thank you guys for those of you that gave super chats. That was so sweet of you. I'm hoping tomorrow I can get back to regularly scheduled
Is he rubbing it? He's rubbing it. Was he rubbing it? Why does he have to rub it? Katie, this is like what it's come to. Your husband walking past with a guitar is way more entertaining than, I don't know, your sign language class.
programming and hoping my kiddo feels better. But again, to all the nurses and support staff and all of you guys that are working with patients that are either terminally ill or chronically ill or just in a hospital, thank you so much. And I'm so glad you're here. You guys are awesome.
How many buttons does she have to press to like end the live? Wouldn't it just be one? She always just ends up sitting there. I just want to see. Oh, that is the end. Oh, that's the end. Okay. Bring it back to my cookie. I don't know why I'm so angry that that's the end. Thank fuck that was the end. Oh, I just can't believe how many offers for naked nude women I'm getting tonight. They just love me. Maybe they think I'm a man. How many of you out there thought that I was a man? Also, I say us Cactus crew, we were sitting at 1.7K there for a while. And then I don't know what happened. Did 10 people decide to leave all at once? What did I do to piss you guys off? I need to know. Actually, well, yeah, I need to know so I can do it again, just in case I need to clear the floor. But all YouTube, like they were bots or something, or they were all Katie, like 10 fucking socks. Okay, I don't know where I've put my phone because I got up before and walked over to somewhere to get, oh shit, where's my phone? Oh, it fell on the ground. Because there's this naked person. Obviously, some of my mods do, you know, they do a little puff, puff, pass, and they're not up there. We're talking shit about you guys. I'm lying. I'm talking crap there. They're fucking great. Just some of them, you know, it's during the day. Who has time to fucking mod for Bill? Oh my gosh. Oh, Delilah. Why are you obsessed with Katie Joy? Oh my God, can you please define obsession? Because I don't think I'm obsessed with anything really in this belt. Well, yeah, music and stuff, but I'm not obsessed with Katie Joy. I am obsessed with mental health, and I'm obsessed with how YouTube doesn't do anything about mental health and how Katie desperately needs help and no one is doing anything. And plus, I don't believe her son is in the best environment. That's just in my opinion. And that's not being obsessive. I feel like, you know, if I don't say something, it's fucked. You know, so what are you obsessed with, Delilah? Do you like, I don't know, Harry Styles, a bit of Britney? Actually, you probably would. Who likes Harry and Britney? Surely no one. Oh, you don't know Katie? Yeah, no. Oh, Delilah. Oh, Delilah, do you, not to make fun of your name, but when that song came out, Delilah, I think it was called. I can't remember who sang it. I don't think he was Australian, but yeah. Did you go, oh my God, finally, there's a song with my name? Oh, sorry, I've just gone silent because I am, well, we're at the end of here. So, should we go have a look at, I've probably gone on for too long. I have. But this is what's happening, okay? I haven't been feeling good all week. I was meant to go out tonight and I spent my last $17. Like I get paid tomorrow, but I spent my last $17 trying to get into this comedy club I normally like go to. I had to buy a ticket and then I didn't go. So now this is like, I'm so broke. I can't believe I wasted $17 and then you guys get to listen to me dribble on. So anyway, let's just have a look at Gabbie Hanna and, well, copying it from Katie on Twitter. July, when was it? June 2021? I don't know. Figure it out later. Right now, we've got to figure out how to bring it onto the screen. Oh, I'm going to bring that down. July 3rd, 2021. Oh, was this the one? Oh, when she's talking about ADHD. Katie says, as someone with ADHD, I want to firmly state that it should never be used to excuse being rude, degrading, or cruel to others. When Gabbie Hanna was using ADHD as an excuse months ago, so we're months ago from it, okay. As an excuse months ago, and putting out false info about ADHD, I commented that she was spreading misinformation. She was putting out false information, and so I let her know that she was spreading misinformation. Katie, Journalist of the Year. She continues, she responded by quote tweeting me and publishing private messages I had sent months before, offering support, and also a message I shared to her again, being supportive. You? Really, Katie? You being supportive? I guess it was you, let's be friends so I can turn on you and use you for my views and shit and crap. Katie continues. She said, E.T. quote fingers, they are all the same, implying that privately being nice and publicly being rude to her. I received so much hate and harassment for her doing this. Gabbie never responded to me privately, and she hadn't even looked at those messages until that moment. Yeah, because you're not important to her, Katie. You think that you are important to people, that people care? People see a DM from you in their inbox and they're like, oh, who fucking wants to, bring their day down to the shit that you've got to serve, It's never good when you're inboxing someone. No one is excited to get a message from you. She continues, almost as though she waited for the minute to weaponize it against me. No, that's what you do. That's why this is your understanding from your behavior that you should be aware of, but you're just making it all Gabbie Hanna. Katie continues, I'm sure she has done to many creators. I did have empathy for her. No one deserves hate. I stand firm that spreading misinformation about ADHD is harmful. You can be empathetic to someone in an instant. while not supporting them in another. It's called being human. Katie. You don't know what it is to be human. Everything. That's what human is. That's how I imagine humans do it. Are you a human, Katie? That is the question. I'll bring my cookie face up while I go back 2 months. And of course, no one wants to see me scrolling through the shit pile because sometimes I decide to do freestyle. Sometimes I decide to do backstroke. But you know, when you're doing backstroke, you don't know where the fuck you're going because you can't see. Oh, there's the DMs. Okay, hang on. Let's go back. What's 2 months from July? June. And then what is the month before June? I think it might be, I don't know, May. Okay. Just bear with me for a minute. I don't mind if you leave, come back. Okay, where are we? Oh, April. April is close to May. April 29 is pretty much Bingango. Bingango. Oh, why is it? It's deleted. Of course. Can never be. That's the beautiful thing for us. Okay. Oh, what's this one? Okay. Fuck. Sorry, guys. I always do this. Well, I don't, but. Okay, just 1 second. Seriously, count to 30. Yeah. Failing. Okay. Fuck, I'll probably just have to do. Why can't this, like, I don't know how to search properly, obviously. I'm doing Katie, I'm getting everyone. Okay, that's it, we're going. We're going now, we're going to end it. Sorry, guys, I couldn't come through with it because my brain and my search is not up there with where it should be. Fucking letting everyone down. But you know what's good? Because there's a delay, now I can catch up and see what chat is saying. Oh, I thought you said she got a goldfish. I was like, no, not another pet. But yeah, she does have the goldfish memory. That's the sweet Melissa. That's the thing. Like, before I'd come across Katie, I'd only ever learned about narcissists through books and studies, like when I studied psych, which I never graduated because that's how I ended up being a comedian, got nothing else going for me. But yeah, she was my first real life or in person able to look at intro to narcissism, although Janelle Evans might have been. But yeah, and then just not being able to help them because they got to want help. Like everyone that goes to get help, you need to want help for yourself. Otherwise this is never going to happen or work or yeah. I know, that's why my head hurts so much. But I just really hope that, oh, you said this before, Will, and I didn't see it. I'm glad you repeated yourself. Sax player who had the dancing robots in New York City got arrested. I didn't even know about dancing robots and a sax player, but I'm going to look it up, and I should. Will, I was going to ask you to, because I was thinking, should we try Streamlabs? No. Should we try Twitch? I want to try Twitch, but it's very scary. I'm standing on the edge looking at all of, the stampede And it's like, how would I even merge into this? Oh, like the dancing cactus. God, that thing freaks me out now. I've had like seriously nightmares with it, and it's become worse than Chucky. It's like, God, the cactus. Oh my God, someone should make a movie about the dancing cactus going on a murder spree. Oh, you don't like Twitch? I was just like, oh, it's something, because gaming is me, but all my gaming consoles are just like old Nintendo. But because I got like a big birthday coming up in October, I'm turning the big 4-0, and my niece has already started to put her money away to buy me a Nintendo Switch. And I'm like, oh my God. And you can stream that. But also I can't wait to get back onto my Donkey Kong thing. But, Chris. Oh, Delilah. Oh, you've got big words and a big paragraph. I like it. Delilah says, I don't know anything about the other subjects KJ covers. I don't watch reality TV, so I barely know that the Chrisleys exist or the sister wives. I don't care about that stuff. Yeah, no, me either. Like, the only reason I know about the Duggars is just because, well, they were on TLC. Well, we had Foxtel at one stage, and everyone knew the Duggars. But other than that, don't watch them. But also, I'm glad Katie let me know about the Chrisleys. I always sort of saw them on side, but never really knew much about Todd. And like, he's a stand-up comedian. That's why I just want to interview him. Come on, Todd. Oh, not if I call you Toad. Todd Chrisley, let's just sit down and not talk about that random YouTuber. We'll just talk about you and stand-up comedy and how you deal with people making assumptions about you as a public figure. Because I'm struggling. I don't want to become a public figure. Because then imagine people talking about me. What would they say, Delilah? Oh, no, that's just my Delilah song. Don't take anything I say as anything other than just words. They're not directed to cause harm or anything or be bitch. I don't think Katie should be bashing anyone's religion anyway. She's so fucking against the Christian, the Catholic Church and being raised. And there's so much confusion with how she understood sin and her whole life. She's just followed really the steps of what the Catholic Church recognizes what you do in society, get married, have children. Like, she never found herself, is what I'm saying, and then blamed everything on her religion for her ending up where she is. Whereas I was raised Catholic, and I actually, when I first moved to Perth, the city, so I did primary school and high school Catholic, and we used to go to church like every week. It was like, fuck. We even used to do the stages of the cross every year, and we used to have to dress up like we were from that era. I know, it was fucked. God, those torturous days. But I never took it, like, it was just mainly like respectful for my parents. Like, then you go off and find yourself. Like, when I moved to Perth, the city, like, I studied philosophy. So it was like, I like that I'm able to see like both sides of religion and science. But yeah, Katie just wants to label stuff. Oh, you love the Stations of the Cross? Which was your favorite Stations. Oh, so it wasn't stage. My friend always was the prostitute Mary. Can't remember it. Was it Mary the prostitute? Just the names. But she's like, I got to clean Jesus's feet. Like, we just found sort of the humor in it all. Yeah. Like, I had my Bible taken away from me in high school by the forces in the science lab that put the Bunsen burner next to my Bible and tissue paper, boom, like combustion, like goes up in flames. And then they wouldn't give me a replacement. And yeah, I had to read the Bible for the next half of the year. Fucking. Then I coloured in all the pictures. Yeah. ADD child, I tell you, ADHD child. I just wasn't interested in a lot of things that I was taught at school, just not interested until later on in life. Like, I hated science and that. But then in my mid-20s, like, I was obsessed. Oh, you're Catholic. Oh, Lutheran. I like how there's like different churches. I think one of my friends went to a Lutheran church by mistake when they first moved to but yeah, Katie takes it so literally as well. You can't take the Bible literally, otherwise there'd be a full-on Noah's Ark with all the animals and stuff, which I still wish. Yeah. Like, how big would that boat be? The boat is not big enough. I did have none, like, yeah, my mum was raised, like, my mum went to school, like, with the nuns, and they would, what's it? With the, get the cane and stuff. I did have a nun for year 3, Sister Eileen. That was, I don't think she was as strict as back in those days, because my mum, I just remember, I just told my niece this story as well, that my mum, when I was growing up, my mum told me that when she was at school, she was at boarding school, and the nuns, and like she bit into her apple and there was a worm in there. And then she told the nun, like, I can't eat this because it's got like a worm in there. And the nun made her eat it, worm and all. And I'm like, describe the worm to my mum. She's like, I'm not describing it. I'm like, was it crunchy? And I'm just like, I don't think my mum ever ate the worm at the bottom of a tequila bottle. Like, has anyone here had one? They tell you not to bite it because the whole thing has absorbed basically all the alcohol. Yeah, fucking don't follow in my example. Actually, I'm not an example. My friend was. Oh, I love that, like, there's like, hang on, what did Delilah say? Delilah says, I admit that sometimes I'm oblivious to other people's behavior. I research serial killers and psychopaths as a hobby. What do you think about Katie and her lack of emotional intelligence? I've seen evil in Katie twice now, and I'm the fool that's still here. But yeah, there's definitely, like, if she doesn't get help, I feel it's not going to get better, is it? Oh, you have 3 uncles who are deacons? Oh, that's right. I forgot about Deacon Canvas. I had a deacon in year 7. What are deacons? Are they priests? Or they're in training? I can't remember. Oh, I forgot about that. You have 3 deacons and a cousin. Oh, it's just like a community for like people. I like learned so much. My Nana was such a devout Christian. Like, she used to take us, she used to deliver communion to the poor people, but she'd leave us in the car and then go into their houses and do it. And like all the sick people, she'd go around, midnight mass, oh my God, everything. And I just like, rather than bashing her or belittling her for her religion that I didn't understand or have any care for, I don't know if I didn't have any care, but like respect for family and stuff. But I respected her beliefs. It's what got her through daily. Without that, she would have been fucking unable to live, I think. Like, so Katie should just back the fuck up. She doesn't understand. She's just a lonely woman with no beliefs, no values, no fucking morals. But she wants to dictate how everyone else lives their life. Like, how does Toad even put up with that? How is he, like, imagine them rocking up to a, like, I don't know, CenturyLink, have a bring your wife, bring your partner party, dinner party night. And Toad and Katie rock up, and Toad, would he be proud going, this is my wife, Katie? Oh, that one is your wife. I was wondering who brought that one in. God, I'm awful. Yeah, that's right. Sweet Melissa, totally. Who are we to judge how other people live their lives anyway? Like, no one should be worrying what other people are doing. Just live your own life. I think the only people that worry what other people are doing are the people that don't have a life of their own to live. Because if Katie had friends and family, that's who she would be calling as soon as she gets home from the hospital. Not jumping on IG Live going, oh my God, I haven't slept in 2 days, but I need to tell you guys about all the information, what happened, what the diagnosis was, what the doctors did. Why, any fucking sane person would not do that. Oh, that sounds a bit... Okay, guys, I think I have... Oh, there's a lot of deacons. I just thank you so much, though, Goose, for reminding me of my... So I've had a nun and a deacon. I'm going to go like, what is a deacon? Deacon. Can he? He can. Deacon. It's like decanter. Okay, guys, thank you so much to everyone. Thanks, Goose, for stepping in when I couldn't figure out where my mods were, but it's fine. Like, TK, I know you had banking to do today. It's all good. I actually enjoy seeing those nude, naked things, but I wish, like, you know, why is it so gender specific? But it had me on my toes. I was like, look at me. I'm using my tool that I don't have. But yeah, thanks, Delilah, for popping in. You're welcome to come back anytime. But yeah, just not obsessed with Katie and just not a troll either. I don't like that word. Not anti-KJ either. Just trying to point out problematic behavior and a mentally unwell woman that has no one that can help her. Maybe one day she'll look back and go, well, Bill seems to be the only person that saw that I was not there. No, a lot of people do. A lot of people do. But I do prefer to stay in the back cart, like away from the present day Katie. But if you head to the community tab on my channel, you can answer a little poll where I'm like, should we look at the Chrisley files? It won't be as serious and stuff as other people, or we could watch another creator. I don't know. Let me know. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. I reckon you should. Just try it out. What about trial subscription? And then 10 people can leave all at once, whenever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Goose, I like that. I saw your comment. Look at Goose. I bet she posted, or she or they, don't get me started, gooses on the loose. Thanks for rocking up, though. It's good to see all you familiar Cacti crew in the chat. Okay, guys, I'm going to depart, but yes, I will probably do a live or something on Friday. But yeah, now that I'm getting better, I'll post more on the community tab, let you all know what I'm doing. Thanks, guys. Take care. Because, yeah, it's a fucking crazy world. There's people like Katie out there in this, well, no, not out there in this world, but out there in the audio waves. There is. See you guys. Take care.